after a little bit of issues on the start. That allows 24, Brendan Newberry to look to the outside. 3 and 4 wide as they go through 1 and 2.
How about Brendan Newberry? Look at all these trucks. Oh, Clay Greenfield into the wall.
They stay straight. We continue on. Hefner, after starting on the pole, has dropped all the way back.
He has an issue. He's very, very slow. You see him top of your screen. He's trying to make his way to pit road. J.R. Hefner will be out.
J.R. Hefner pulls into the infield. We stay green. Brendan Newberry out front.
Started fourth, choked in first on the first lap. We heard from him just before the race. He was confident about his chances, and looks like he knew what he was talking about.
3 and 4 wide on the start of this, the last chance qualifier. The top 5 advance. Right now, Norm Benning holding on to the 5th spot. That transfer position is a 57.
Yeah, you know, Norm has been competitive all the last 2 days here. He's been hard to pass. He's raced against some great trucks. Heck, I remember him holding off James Busher in practice. Now all he has to do is keep that spot, and he's going to advance to the feature at Eldora. I know this would be a big night for Norm.
Night for that 57. But once again, the 68 right behind it. So Clay Greenfield also would want to be a part of this historic event and make the first ever Mud Summer Classic.
Watch that 07 Jimmy Weller. He was able to get by Joe Cobb in the 10. Joe's going to run up, hit him in the door. Jimmy Weller from Ohio, a regular in the K&N East Series. We talked about Clay Greenfield, Rick. I talked to him down the drive area. He said he went to test at a track in Tennessee called Duck River, and he felt like he had this thing figured out. He got to Eldora and said, Duck River is nothing like Eldora.
But we were told that, once again, locked down is the racing surface right now, starting to take rubber, so it will race completely different from what we saw earlier in the qualifying heat races. And now in this last chance qualifier, it's Brendan Newberry still leading the field around. The transfer position in the 57 of Norm Benning right now is in his hands.
And if I'm Jason Bowles, I know I want to pass Justin Jennings, but man, I've got to ride right there. If I take any chance at all, I won't be in the race. This is all about being conservative once you're in and not making a mistake that will put you out. Jason only has a 1-spot cushion right now. He's running fourth. He could let the 57 of Norm by, but that's it. He can't let Clay Greenfield by in the 68 truck. Yeah, you always wanted 1-spot cushion. You don't want to be the guy sitting on the bubble where Norm is right now, because Clay Greenfield is going to heat him up before this thing's over.
Closing in on the halfway point of this last chance qualifier. Some of these guys back there, like Clay Greenfield, he's going to have to try a different line. He can't just follow Norm around the track.
He may wait till the very end and try to do a slide job on the last lap. You see him catching up to Norm right now. He's within striking distance.
These 4 trucks nose to tail, 63 of Jennings, that's Bowles, Benning, and Greenfield. Out in front of the field still is Brendan Newberry. And that 84 of Jeff Babcock. Those 2 are running 1 and 2.
And Babcock's been on the track tonight racing a late model. He races here a lot, so he knows he's in a great spot right now to advance to the feature, and that's all he wants to do, keep that thing straight and get in. This is where things have got to pick up. Look at Greenfield looking around on the inside of Norm Benning, trying to figure out how to gain some ground so he can make that slide job that you talked about, Bill. And he may wait to the last lap to do it. He doesn't want to go down there and it not work, and then that allows somebody else to get by him, Jimmy Weller to get by him. You see him right on the back bumper of the 57 truck.
Clay Greenfield trying to put a little pressure on Norm Benning. Under 5 laps of racing to go. This last chance qualifier, advancing 5 spots. The top 5 positions will make it into the Mud Summer Classic.
Over. That 07's catching up to Jimmy Weller's moved to within a couple truck lengths of Clay Greenfield. The Ohio native Jimmy Weller, he wants to be a big part of this big feature as well, so he's going to turn the action up. And here he comes to the bottom one, Greenfield.
We'll see if he slides up the track. He's able to get a little bit of grip down low. Down he goes. The 07 of Jimmy Weller around. Will it bring out the caution? It does.
Wow, this is a tough break for Norm Benning. He's going to start 5th in that transfer spot, but on the inside, it's going to allow Clay Greenfield to drive up on the outside of him. Norm's going to have his hands full for these last 4 laps. It's going to be a huge advantage for Clay Greenfield. Really, everybody on the outside. We know that Brendan Newberry will have choice. He will take the outside. Everybody has the whole night. And Jason Bowles will be right behind him. So Bowles will be in good shape. The first guy that is really going to be bitten by this caution is the 57 truck of Norm Benning. You see there, Weller going around. He had to make something happen. He was running in the 7th spot. He knew that 1 spot wasn't going to be enough for him. And And there he goes, trying to make it happen. We watched a lot of drivers trying to make something happen doing this, and the result was a lot the same.
I think that shows me that there's not that much grip in the middle. Maybe the very, very bottom that we saw Kyle Larson use may be the place to be.
We're going to re-rack the field. That means that Newberry and Babcock will start side by side on this restart. Once again, the caution flag laps not counting. This one is a 15-lap feature.
That camera makes me really happy seeing that super slow motion.
And no flat spotting here. Remember, we didn't flat spot these dirt tires. There's some interested observers right there.
And a little bit of fun out of Brendan Gaughan. And then you've got Pop Pop, Richard Childress standing there with his grandson, Ty Dillon. And, of course, trying to be a part of this group, Herbie Sadler. Herbie?
Well, these guys are interested. Onlookers, first take your locked in P8. What are you seeing, and is your truck going to be what you need tonight to get it done?
The South Point Chevy was great in practice. You know, the moisture's come back out of the track, and having a great time watching this last chance qualifier. And how about old Norm Bennett running in the transfer spot, baby? We're loving watching it.
And RC, talk about NASCAR being back on dirt after all these years, what it means to the sport, and what you're looking forward to seeing tonight.
Well, I think it's going to be a good race. I think you got to be around that last 40 and go for it then. It's going to be a good race. I really think it is. The track's beginning to widen out just a little. The top's still working good, but we'll see how it goes as the night goes on.
And Ty, you've already been through your heat race like that. You had a fast truck in the heat. How difficult is it going to be to pass based on what you're seeing to get your truck to the front?
It's going to be very hard, and you know, I tried to pass there in the heat race, and it's just the track's not really ready. You know, you got to pull a really hard slide job and risk tearing your truck up. So you're going to have to wait till 10 to go, keep your right rear on the truck, and our Bass Pro Shop Chevy's fast, but we're just going to be patient and make it in this thing.
That's Ty Dillon. Rick?
Thanks, Herbie.
Oh, I feel so bad for Norm right now. Everybody's got their eye on Norm. They want to see if he can race his way into this feature, but he's in a bind right now, Phil.
Yeah, Clay Greenfield definitely has the advantage on the top side in that 68 truck.
And I would say desperation has probably set in for Norm. He knew he had that spot, felt like he had it, and now he's in a tough spot. Will he dive to the bottom going into turn one? As he kind of grabs that spot ahead of him?
Green flag back in the air. Look at the inside of the 63 of Justin Jennings.
There goes Norm.
He got up in there, didn't he?
He made it. Was able to slide up in front. He's holding on to that fifth spot just in front of Clay Greenfield.
I'm pretty sure Norm doesn't know how to do a slide job, but he just did one, and he made it work. He's running in the transfer spot right now.
Look at the four trucks behind him, all fighting to get into this feature.
Wow, what a restart.
The laps have widened down. Now, just 2 to go as it comes to the stripe for the second to last time. Out in front is Brennan Newberry. Then it's Babcock, Bowles, Jennings, and Benning. They are your top 5 trying to transfer. Here comes Clay Greenfield. He puts the bumper to the 57 again. 2 laps of racing to go.
Greenfield might not have liked the way that Benning performed that slide job, and he might think that he's owed him a shot. It'll be interesting to see what Clay does on this last lap.
See if he can get to it. Here he comes. He's going down hard. They make contact. Norm sideways. Clay Greenfield sideways. The white flag flies one more time around.
Norm is holding on to her.
Jimmy Weller's right there in the 07. That is the battle. 57 right now has it for 5th.
Here comes Norm Benning trying to make it into the most historic truck race he's ever been a part of. In front of his pack, the 54, but the slide job once again by Greenfield. Can they hold on? They're door to door, side by side.
Come on,
Norm hangs on. The final transfer spot.
Norm was not going to be denied.
That's what I'm talking about right there. And that's what you're going to see when they have the final 40 laps here at Eldora.
You can hear the crowd. They're louder than they've been all night.
The crowd, as that pack was coming out of turn number 4, jumped to their feet. Their arms were in the air.
Yes, that's how we felt in the booth, too. You love seeing somebody fight for something he believes, and that's exactly what Norm did. Fought his way into the feature.
And all smiles and thumbs up.
Look at his tailpipe dragging the ground. His fenders tore off. His bumper hanging off. And he's in, baby.
Norm Benning grabs that 5th spot and will race tonight in the Mud Summer Classic from Eldora Speedway.